There are a lot of things that I had to do strategically to make sure that I survived in business and made sure that we made it on the other side. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, the #1 place for entrepreneurs, where I give you the keys you need to succeed. Today we're going to talk about if you think your business could survive a recession. It's no secret that everyone's saying we could be headed towards a recession, but there's things that you can do as a business owner to set yourself up for success. A lot of people say recessions breed millionaires, and if you're prepared, not only can your business survive a recession, but you can thrive and actually grow as a business owner during a recession. But there's a couple of things that you need to do in advance to prepare for a recession if you're going to be successful. Can you believe that it's been over 3 years since COVID started? I know a lot of businesses did not make it, and I for one was scared that my business wasn't going to make it either. There are a lot of things that I had to do strategically to make sure that I survived in business and made sure that we made it on the other side. There are things that I did before, during, and after COVID to make sure that my business came out on the other side. I knew that there was no way that I was going to be able to shut down my business, my livelihood, my life. I love what I do, and I knew that if I let something like COVID hinder me, then it could affect my life forever. Luckily, COVID did affect me and my business, but in a very good way, because I was strategic about how I went into things beforehand. So I'm going to share some of those secrets with you today. So while we may be getting through COVID, there's still always the possibility of another recession or even a depression. So you have to make sure that your business is set up to handle whatever this economy is going to throw at it. The first thing that you can do to make sure that you survive a recession is have your systems in place. When your business goes through a crazy time, you will not have time to make sure that everything that needs to be handled in your business on a daily basis is being handled. You have to have some of those reoccurring tasks in a system. So for instance, posting on social media, payroll, emails, all of those should be a part of a system and part of your SOPs or your standard operating procedures. You should know what's happening, and while you might need to make changes to these things, having a system in place beforehand will allow you to keep running and to keep thriving while your business is going through crazy times. Chances are, if you do find yourself going through recession, you're going to have to devote a lot of your time to making sure you get through that as a business. So it's best to have some of your daily activities or some of the things that your business does on a regular basis in a system so you don't have to think about them. For instance, one of our systems that we have set up is automatic registration for parents. They can completely do everything online. Some of the traditional dance studios will require parents to come in or to call for pricing or to do all of this crazy stuff to register. If you have this in a system, it makes it a lot easier for parents to just go in and handle everything on their own. Now, that's not to say that we aren't available for phone calls or for in-person meetings for the parents who do desire to do that. But having it in a system makes it a lot easier for us to track it and for us to kind of be hands-off with the registration process. I wanted to do this because a lot of parents are so busy. Most of their free time is at night, after you've already closed, after they've gotten their kids down. That's when they have time to actually go through and browse your website. So you don't want to make it where they have to call you and ask you a million questions. You want to make it so they can concisely see everything from your schedule to your class descriptions to the attire. They can go ahead and register online, and they can go ahead and get that confirmation email and be set up to take class. If we didn't have this in a system, I can't imagine how many hours we would spend calling parents, following up, answering the same questions over and over, when it's something that we can let our online system handle and let parents do on their own. Another system that you can implement is automated emails. There are a lot of times that we send emails, and almost all of our emails are automated. We plan them in advance, because if we were spending a lot of our working hours typing and creating emails every single day, it would take up a lot of our working time, and that's time that we could spend doing other things or growing our business or catering to our current customers. We're able to automate emails and text messages on a daily and weekly basis and use templates that are already created. That way it's really easy for us to go in and input the information that we need to put in and have it automatically sent out to our clients. Having those systems in place beforehand, before you hit a recession or a hard time in your business, will make all of the difference to make sure that you come out on the other side thriving. Another way that you can make sure your business survives a recession would be having a savings account. Having a savings account will give you the peace of mind to allow you to focus on getting your business through a recession rather than focus on paying bills. It's so important to make sure that you have a proper emergency fund for your business. Now keep in mind, you shouldn't be hoarding money in your savings account. You should allocate that money towards investments, but it's very important to have an emergency fund that's very liquid that you can access pretty quickly. What I do is the profit first method. I've talked about this method before, and I think I'm actually going to create a whole video on budgeting as an entrepreneur. But essentially, the profit first method allows you to allocate money towards profit and paying yourself before you pay what you need to pay in your business. It gives you a percentage of money that you're putting in your savings account, and little by little, you will build up enough to create a good emergency fund that you can use during hard times. What I like to do is have a separate opportunity fund and a savings account for my business. My opportunity fund is something that is exactly how it sounds. So I mentioned before that recessions sometimes breed millionaires, because when you're going through a recession, there are a lot of opportunities that if you have your money in place, you'll be able to use. So for instance, there are people who are renting spaces for very cheap because they want someone in there. There are people selling their businesses. There's people selling their assets. And if you have an opportunity fund, you can use that during a recession to propel you to the next level. I also have my savings/emergency fund for hard times, and that gives me a lot of peace of mind and allows me not to worry about bills while I'm running a business. If you don't currently have a business savings account, you want to strive for at least 6 months of operating expenses in your savings account. You can do this by putting a little bit in the account at a time. Try not to touch it. What I like to do is have it on a separate bank account than my normal checkings account, so that I'm not seeing it and I'm not seeing how much it's building. But I put little by little in that account, and then eventually it grew more and more until it was a fully funded emergency fund. The last S that might help you survive a recession would be structure. It's important to have a structured, comfortable environment where everyone knows what's going on. Chances are it's likely you're going to have to pivot things in your business, so it's important to have a structured environment and communicate with your clients and your staff. Create an environment of mutual respect so that people are understanding of the changes that you have to make in your business to survive your recession. For me, last time that we were going through our COVID era, we had to completely shift to an online program, and I had to properly communicate with our clients about everything that was happening. And then when we returned to the studio, we had to communicate about all of the precautions that we were taking in light of COVID. It's also important to look out for your employees and make sure that everyone feels respected and in the know about what's going on in your business. Make sure that everyone feels appreciated, and make sure that you're properly communicating about all of the changes that are taking place while you survive this hard time. It's important to over communicate and serve as much as possible as you're making these changes, so don't be so caught up in what's actually happening with the economy that you forget that you do have clients that are trying to support you throughout this hard time. With these 3 things, system, savings, and structure, your business can survive a recession. If you have any other questions, or if you would like to reach out to me and work with me personally, go ahead and visit my website, www.asiaonline.com. I have a great course, Passion and Profit, where I can help you take your passion and turn it into a profitable business. Make sure that you also like and subscribe to my channel so that you can be notified anytime I drop new videos. That's it for this week. I hope you guys have a great day and a successful life. I will see you next time.